What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dark Souls 2 walkthrough. So today is the day where we start our farming journey to pick up some of these last spells that we need. These spells require maxing out covenants. So the first one we're going to work on is the sunlight covenant, where we need to get sunlight metals and we need to farm those. So kind of the first step we're going to do for that is we're going to max out a priest's chime. We picked up a +8 version of the priest chime and frozen Elaim Lois and the winter DLC. So I'm going to go on and upgrade that to +10 because we had a +8 version already. So we're going to reinforce. The reason for that is this chime is a little bit more powerful. If you can max out the dragon chime, if you have the stats to equip it, you could do that as well. But I'm going to do the priest chime +8, make it +10. And then I'm going to go to Macduff and infuse it with lightning because it's just maybe a tinge more powerful. So hit up Macduff, and then the place we're going to farm these sunlight metals is in Seldora, where there's a bunch of the Falconer Knight enemies, and it is a very rare drop, but these enemies do drop the sunlight metals. So we're going to infuse the chime. Make sure you do the +10 chime and infuse it with lightning. I mean, this step is not super duper important, but it just, you know, it's these chimes are kind of ideally infused with lightning. All right, so now we need to warp to the Iron Keep, and we need to use some spice to. What the spices do, I think I mentioned this before, is they reduce the level requirements to equip certain spells. We need to equip a spell called Promised Walk of Peace, and this is a spell that we got in the Sunken King DLC, which was the first DLC that we did in Shulva. We do not have the stats to equip it because it does have very high stat requirements for intelligence and faith. There's one more that's going to come after me here. Yeah, here we go. All right. And so to use the spice, we got to talk to this guy.
Well.
Alternatively, you could respec. Oh, here we go. Using a soul vessel.
Quit.
Alright, so we're gonna use incense, and the one we want to use incense on here is Promised Walk of Peace. So we need 30 intelligence and 40 faith. We have neither, so we're gonna use Simpleton Spice to get the. I think we're at 20 intelligence and 36 faith. So that intelligence number, you see it's a red 24. When you do have the correct level to use the spell after using spice, it'll turn white. So that's how you know. All right, so now we're at 20. We've used enough spice to get this down to 20 intelligence, and we have 20 intelligence. So you see how it's white instead of red. Red means we don't have the stats. So now I need to use Skeptic Spice to get the faith down to 36 because we have 36 faith. Alternatively, you could farm and level up or respec, but I'm just using the spice. It's one way of doing it. The other spell we're going to be using is Soul Appease. And I'm pretty sure we have the stats for it. There we go. Only requires 19 faith. So we're good.
Cheers.
All right, we'll use a feather. Get out of here. So our next thing that we need to do is just to put equipment on that's going to increase our item discovery, because as I said, these are a random drop, and so the higher your item discovery, the better your odds are of getting the drop. So we're going to change our equipment to, for the headgear, we're going to use the Symbol of Avarice. Now the downside of this headgear is that it will drain your health very slowly over time, but it does greatly increase your item discovery, so we're going to wear it. It makes you look like a mimic. Not very fashionable, but hey, gets the job done. For your armor, you can use the Prisoner's Tatters. If you have them, they are a random drop from hollows, like in the gutter, you can get them. I don't know if I have the Prisoner's Tatters, but if you have them, they will very slightly increase your item discovery. So if you have them, equip them. Again, they're kind of a random drop from enemies in the gutter. So that could make it slightly faster. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have them. And that's fine. Also, we are going to equip the... I'll take this ring off. We're going to equip the gold serpent, covetous gold serpent ring +2. We actually got this in the previous episode from killing the belfry gargoyles and New Game Plus. We used a bonfire ascetic to do that. So we're going to equip this because it's going to increase our item discovery. And we're also going to equip the clear blue stone ring +2, which we got also in the previous episode from killing the skeleton lords in New Game Plus. We used a bonfire ascetic to do that. This is going to increase our spell casting time. It's going to make it slightly faster for us to cast those spells. And then from here, we're going to equip a shield called the Watch Dragon Parma. If I can find it. Here we go. And this also increases your item discovery if you have it equipped. I think that's it. So we're gonna, from here, warp to Seldora. To this first bonfire. All right, and for those of you wondering, the Watch Dragon Arma we found in the Dragon Shrine in the first DLC that we went to. Okay, so for our equipment, I'm actually going to, since we need the shield equipped, the shield has to be on you in order to get the effect of the extra item discovery. We're gonna put our chime on our right hand, so we can have our shield equipped at the same time. And then, just in case the spells don't kill the enemies, I'm going to put the rapier on, just in case we need to pull it out real quick to finish off these enemies. So, the way to do this, and this is extremely repetitive. It's going to take you a few hours to do. We want to equip the spells that we just worked on. Let's see. So, I'm just going to take these off. The only two spells that I want equipped are the spells that we're going to be using, because I don't want to be fumbling through a bunch of extra spells. It just will get cumbersome. So, we're going to put on Promise Walk of Peace and then Soul Appease. So the way that this works is that Promise Walk of Peace is going to draw these enemies to you, 3 of them, and then Soul Appease is going to kill them because they're hollow. So here's how it works. You go up to about here, you use Promise Walk of Peace, and you see these enemies are just going to kind of saunter over to you like they're in a stupor. You use Soul Appease, and it kills them. 1 hit. And then that's it. They drop the golden coin, or rather sunlight metal, then you're good. If not, try again. Actually, another thing that I wanted to do, and this can help with your item discovery, is we have all these rusted coins. We should have some rusted coins. Let's see, where are they? There they are. And what these do is they temporarily boost your luck or your item discovery. So what you do is you can actually throw this on, use the item, and this will increase your item discovery for about 5 minutes, and it does not get overridden if you use a bonfire. Because we need to use the bonfire to refill our spells when we do this. But when you use a bonfire, it does not override the rusted coin. And the effect lasts for about 5 minutes. You see these also, they also drop their armor. So you're going to get a ton of these, you know, gloves and, you know, shields probably, and basically their armor set over and over and over again. But sometimes they drop sunlight metals, I promise you. And you need 30 of the sunlight metals to level up the Covenant. keeps hitting me through the wall. So as I said, this will take you about 3 hours to get the required sunlight metals. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. There it is. There's the first sunlight metal we got. And it is completely RNG based. So you're gonna be doing this for a while. There might be more efficient methods for farming sunlight metals. I'm not exactly sure. But this is the most efficient method that I know of. You just do this over and over again. Now, if you're feeling a little bit bold, and I'm not necessarily saying I recommend this, but there is another way to increase your item discovery, and that way is if you level up this bonfire to New Game Plus, it actually increases your item discovery because higher up in the New Game cycles you go, got some boots, higher up in the New Game cycles you go, it actually increases your item discovery. And so it could make, you know, the likelihood that you're gonna get these sunlight metals, it'll make it a bit higher. You can get them more frequently, but the enemies are harder to kill. You see how I'm killing these enemies with one soul apiece cast? Well, if you level up the bonfire, it'll probably take 2 soul apiece casts to kill all these enemies. And you notice I equipped my rapier in case one of the enemies survives the magic. Well, you're probably going to be using that a lot more in New Game if you level up to New Game Plus than if you just do it in base New Game. So, you know, leave it up to you how you want to do it. If you're feeling a little bit more brave, you definitely can't put this bonfire to New Game Plus. Also, I want to mention in New Game Plus, there are 2 large pigs that spawn here that only have 1 life. So, for example, you don't need to kill those pigs 12 times to keep them from respawning. And that's another thing, actually, that I should have done. Speaking of respawning, is because you need to join the Covenant of Champions to get infinite respawns. So, shame on me for not doing that earlier. But we got to join the Covenant of Champions. And in New Game Plus, as I said, those pigs, the giant pigs that spawn, they only have 1 life. I'm going to go join the Covenant of Champions. And I'm not going to farm all 30 of those sunlight metals right now. I'm just showing you how to do it. And how to get the spell. You're going to enter the Covenant because this is going to make it so enemies respawn indefinitely. Here we go. And, well, the thing is it makes enemies spawn indefinitely, but it also makes them more difficult. They are stronger. All right, so back to Seldora. And I'll get a few. I'll get a few of them, a few of the sunlight metals, but as I said, I'm not going to get all 30 right now. And we'll go back to it. There we go. No drops. Maybe at the end I'll level up the bonfire and show you just kind of what you can expect if you do level up the bonfire. As I said, it'll probably take both soul appease casts to kill these enemies. The bonfire's leveled up. You see, sometimes the soul appease doesn't hit, so in that case, I would have had to pull out the rapier to finish that guy off. So this is the offline way of doing this. You can also, I'm going to pop a rusted coin. You can also do this online. You can get the sunlight metals by playing online. And the way that you do that is by assisting people with bosses in co-op while you're part of the Covenant. So what you would do is you'd have to join the Sunlight Covenant. And the place for that is in Harvest Valley. That's where the altar is. Got armor. So join the Covenant. That's the first thing you would do. And then the second thing you would do is if you lay down your summon sign, like outside of a boss room for co-op, and you get summoned in, then if you beat the boss, you get a sunlight medal. Just forgot to use Promise Walker piece. There we go. Now it might be a little bit quicker. It's certainly probably more fun. I don't know how active the you know, online community is for this game. It may take a while to get summoned in for bosses, it might not. But if you help someone as part of that covenant, you'll get a sunlight medal for each boss that you kill in co-op. Then another way of doing it is, let's say if you have a friend and that friend has a lot of bonfire aesthetics. A good boss to do this in front of is Mytha's door, for example, because the bonfire is literally right in front of the boss room. Whoops, got hit by an arrow there. The bonfire is literally right in front of the boss room. And so if you have a friend who, for example, can and has a bunch of bonfire aesthetics, and put their sign in front of the boss, and you join into their game, then they can put their sign down, especially if they're part of the covenant and you're part of the covenant. I believe you would get 2 sunlight medals for doing it that way. Because if both of y'all are part of the sunlight covenant and you both beat the boss, I think you get as many medals for as many people in your party are part of the covenant. And so let's say your friend is part of the covenant and he puts his sign down in front of Mytha, and you both go in and beat the boss. You get sunlight medals as a reward for that. And then if your friend has bonfire aesthetics, you can revive the boss and you can just rinse and repeat over and over and over again. That's another way of doing it. But either way, it requires some degree of farming. If you're playing offline, this is going to be the way to do it. And I've only, you guys have seen me do this, and I've only gotten 1 medal so far. We need 30. So it's going to take a few hours. I want to at least get 2 and then go to New Game Plus and maybe get 1 more. We'll see. And now I'm just having not the greatest luck in the world. I've had it before where 2 of the 3 of these guys dropped a sunlight medal in 1 round, but it also happens to where you go several without getting any. Yep, keep getting their armor and their boots. You want to come after me? I'll take you out. Go. And gloves. So yeah, very tedious. I can really admit this is not the most fun you'll ever have getting a trophy in your life. But if you think this is bad, just wait till Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 is probably, of all the games I've ever played, it is the worst with requiring farming for trophies. And it, as you could probably imagine, it involves farming for items to level up covenants. And yeah, it's pretty bad. Sadly. I do love Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 is amazing, but trophy farming is a little bit absurd. All right, yeah, I'm not having any luck here. So yes, as I mentioned, going to New Game Plus is an option, but it is harder. Like, if I go to New Game Plus and do this over and over and over again, I will take a death here and there because the enemies will get past the soul appease and then they'll be attacking me, and you die, and you'll die in just a few hits in New Game Plus. So, but as I said, I forget what the actual value is, but it does increase your item discovery. So it is kind of a two-edged sword. Yeah, this is I'm glad I got a sunlight metal early, so you guys know that I'm not making this up. They actually, these enemies do drop them. But alas, the things we do for platinum trophies.
2 hours later.
All right, we got a drop, and it is shield. I'm gonna go in and level up the bonfire because I told you all I was gonna show you guys what it was like in New Game Plus. So you can make the educated decision whether or not you want to do this yourself. It's going to slightly increase your item discovery. We'll go on and burn the ascetic here. First thing though is we want to kill the 2 giant pigs because they'll come after you. So I'm going to put my hammer back on for this. Go. And I'm not quick rolling anymore. You see these guys have way more HP and they do hit harder. Here's the first 4. I'm stuck. Here we go. Can you come after me out here? No. There he is. Oh, he got his shield up. Both coming after me. It's not good. Okay, so this does not... It doesn't. Okay, good. Having them both on me at the same time, not ideal. Keeps blocking the... Might be dead here. Oh. That was not ideal. Perhaps I should lure him over with a bow. So I'm not fighting them all at the same time. Let's see, I'll take this off. And then let's see, where's bow? Go. You see, it takes several hits to kill these falconers even. Where's the big pig? Here we go. Come on. And as I said, these only have 1 life. Even if you're in the company of champions, these are not going to respawn. Kill them once and they're gone forever. Unless you level up the bonfire again. Divine blessing for killing him though. That's not bad. There's one more. Whoops, did not mean to jump attack there. And where's the other big pig? There he is. I know he seems far away, but he can... If you do this over and over and over again, he can come after you. I don't have the repair miracle on, so I'm just going to switch to the rapier. Fighting the pig, though, I actually am going to just use a repair powder. Because it is easier to use the hammer on the pig. All right. Let's see, where's the other pig? All the way over here, I think. So yes, he can interfere when you're doing the spells over and over again. So I am, as I said, I am going to take out the pig just because I don't want him to be at all in the way. I'm not the little guy, I'm the big guy. As you notice, while he's charging at you, you can't knock him down. Okay, so both pigs are down. Going to redo our equipment here. The chime back on. And the symbol of avarice. Go. And I'll show you it, you can do it, but you're going to be using your rapier a lot more. And it'll take 2 soul appeases to kill any of these enemies. There you go. Gotta finish this last one off. Where'd you go? Okay, he drops. I'm gonna get at least one more before I stop the video. But that was from the pig. Armor. Nice. So as you guys can see, I'm not very lucky. That's all good. That one's still alive. Finish him off. These guys can parry you, by the way. Another shield. But the thing is once you kind of get into the routine, you can do this fairly mindlessly. And these guys, sometimes they don't care. So again, it is tougher to do this in New Game Plus, because that can happen. Sometimes the soul appease doesn't knock them back. Sometimes it does. There we go. Got all 3 of them with soul appease that time. That's good. And no drops. This guy's coming after me again. Dadgummit. So, I think the moral of the story is item discovery New Game Plus may be a little bit higher, but it's much easier to execute the cycle in base New Game. So you probably get more reps even with lower item discovery. But I'll leave it up to you. I need a lock on. There we go. And there's a sunlight medal. Very nice. Okay. So, the choice is yours and yours alone. Do you want to do it this way, or do you want to do it online? Do you want to do it in base New Game or New Game Plus? Do you want to do this at all? That might be a question you should ask yourself. I get hit by an arrow, I'm dead. All right, on that note, I'll do it one more time. Why not? And more boots. Okay. So I think I'm going to call it there. You guys know what to do. Good luck. Let me know how it goes in the comments. Hopefully it goes well for you. As I said, be prepared to be doing this for a good while. But just find something to listen to or watch or whatever to take your mind off of it. And you'll do just fine. So in the next episode, we're going to cover leveling up the Bellkeeper Covenant, which is also required for another spell. And we'll have ourselves a good time. I'm also going to show you, where to go to get the spell after you're done doing this. So video's not quite over yet, but anyways, good luck, and I'll see you on the other side.